Are you serious? Are you serious? Everybody just calm down, get a cup of coffee. Are you serious? What? This is some of the most insane information from our government insiders that we've maybe ever received. I mean, we receive a lot, and I don't tell you everything I receive, of course, but I am going to tell you this because it could affect your life. It will affect some of you, maybe a lot more than I think. Let me put a shout out first for www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. A 2025 survey found that over half of the United States adults are concerned about how fast their skin is aging, and 40% of the people are fixed on random wrinkles and these dark spots. It sounds like you're not alone, though. More and more people are noticing visible changes in their skin far earlier than expected. And this is why, guys, I've been using this, and this is why I'm just going to tell you right now a little secret. 8 years I've been telling you, many of you, that BioTrust put together this incredible ageless multi-collagen product that you just, it's tasteless, it's odorless. You'll become ageless. It's just one scoop in the soup. I mean, seriously, put this in your coffee or tea in the morning or smoothie. Look, you'll notice that your skin will all of a sudden have this youthful glow, okay? They took 5 premium collagen sources from plant and fish and fishes, and they put it into this incredible compound that you put into your food, put it into your smoothie, put it into your coffee. It will help reduce the wrinkles. Look, your skin will be smoother, a whole lot more elasticity, fewer fine lines. You'll have a youthful glow. It's a great way. No clumps, no dumps, guys. I'm serious. And get this, you can save 51% off the price, and you'll get VIP live health and fitness coaching for life, a free ebook titled The 14 Foods of Amazing Skin, and 60 days satisfaction guarantee. Just click on a link right now. Go right now to www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. You'll be glad that you did. Wow, this webinar can't get here fast enough. The warnings are everywhere. The darkness is certainly descending. And let me just put on here right now. You can click, if you right now, click on the link below the video. If you just go right now to my website, go to www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com, or call us on the phone right now at 877-646-5347. No, call us at our home line at 765-414 2230. Well, I'll get my numbers right. Just give me a moment. Give me another cup of coffee. That's 765-414-2230. Okay? And you can order your webinar today. Wow. Well, we've got some crazy stuff happening right now, I'm going to tell you. From our government insider, we got some very, very, very serious information. And that is, this is serious, guys, and you watch for it to happen. It's expected to happen within the next week. Here's what my government insider, and I have several, but here's one of my government insiders said to us. There was a meeting that took place on October 10th. And here's what they're saying. I want to share some important news with you. We just wrapped up a meeting where we received some intriguing updates. It seems that several grocery stores will be closing their doors for a full 24 hours. During this time, the military will step in to manage and to take stock of essential supplies. Everything from food to toiletries to cleaning products. These stores affected by this will include very popular name brands like Aldi, Costco, Trader Joe, Winn-Dixie, and Walmart. Let me just say that again. The 5 supermarkets that will be doing this will be Aldi, Costco, Trader Joe's, Winn-Dixie, and Walmart. Interestingly, we learned that these supplies will be then transported to designated locations for distribution later on. But the exact timeline is top secret. Now, local sheriffs have already been notified and will be on hand to ensure security and manage any crowd control during this period. So it's supposed to take place, guys. The meeting was October 10th, and it said it was going to take place during a 2-week period. Now, today is October 21st, so that's 11 days. So you can expect this is going to happen very, very soon now, within the week or within a week, no doubt. These selective grocery stores will close for 24 hours unexpectedly. It isn't every Aldi store. It won't be every Costco or Trader Joe or Winn-Dixie or Walmart throughout the entire nation. That would be insane. No. But there will be some in select locations across the country. And so be prepared for that, because you may decide to go down to one of your local stores here and find that the store is unexpectedly closed. You may see sheriff cars. You may see even armored vehicles or maybe even military type trucks or things parked in the parking lot. I want you to be aware of it. I want you to be awake. If anybody sees that happening, please get pictures and send them to us. Send emails to us. Get it to us. We want to see it. We want to know where it's happening. Now, where all of these supplies are going to be sent to designated locations, we don't know. It could be that they could be going to underground locations. Do we know what locations? Nope, we don't know. Again, as I'll read it again, for those of you who just got here, I want to share some important, this was information from one of our government insiders who said, I want to share some important news with you. We just wrapped up a meeting where we received some intriguing updates. It seems that several grocery stores will be closing their doors for a full 24 hours. During this time, the military will step in to manage and take the stock and the essential supplies, everything from food to toiletries to cleaning products. These stores affected by this include popular names like Aldi, Costco, Trader Joe, Winn-Dixie, and Walmart. Interestingly, we learned that these supplies will be transported to designated locations for distribution later on. We don't know, or they're not telling me where those where those locations are. But the exact timeline of how these supplies will be distributed, this is top secret. So we don't know the locations, and we don't know when they will be using these supplies, and we don't know why they'll be using these supplies. Now, local sheriff departments have been notified and will be on hand to ensure security and manage any crowd control during that period. Okay, so we know this is going to be happening absolutely within the week, within the next 7 days for sure. We don't know which locations. I don't know what cities. I don't know where all of the supplies and food and everything's going to be shipped to. Will they be shipped to certain new designated distribution centers? Are they going to be shipped underground? Are they going to new relocation camps or internment camps or FEMA camps? Are they going to new prison camps? Is this going to be something to do with ICE? Is this something that have to do with potential war with Venezuela? Has this got something to do with the different confrontation, Portland, San Francisco, Chicago, Baltimore, Memphis, I mean, is it locations that President Trump has identified as serious crime areas? I don't know if this has anything to do with any of that. I don't know. I'm just telling you that there's a lot of moving parts right now, but this is something to be watched for and stay awake. It's not every Winn-Dixie or Aldi or Costco or Trader Joe or Walmart that's going to close. They're not going to shut everything down for 24 hours, all 5 major supermarkets, but they are going to shut several down across the country. And then these supplies will be shipped and distributed to some type of secured locations. And those distribution locations, we do not know what they are, whether they are internment camps, FEMA camps, prison camps, ICE detention centers, underground storage. Are we preparing for, is it Comet Atlas have something to do with this? Or an incoming asteroid? Apophis has something, maybe that has something to do with it? Or is it a war with Venezuela? Or an attack by Russia? Or are we dealing with, are we dealing with another pandemic? Is this has to do with Trump, shutting down situations, with crime in Portland or San Francisco or Los Angeles or Chicago or Memphis or Baltimore or some other location? I don't know, okay? An attack by China? We don't know. But certainly there's a lot of chatter, and we've moved a lot of military hardware and assets into the Caribbean area. We're certainly blowing up boats down there near Venezuela. And we've shut the southern border. The drug cartels are getting anxious. They can't get drugs into the country, or a lot harder to get them in, I should say. And there's a lot going on. And so we need you to stay focused on this and listen to what I'm telling you. I wouldn't be reporting this if it wasn't important. It is vitally, this is a high urgency coming to me from one of the government insiders, just to prepare people not to freak out if they see Walmart in your area or Costco or something shut down for 24 hours, unexplained, no notice, and you see sheriff vehicles and deputy vehicles out front, security personnel, or even Army or government armored vehicles or Army trucks and supply trucks or something. And remember what Mike from Around the World told us? He told us about the white trains that were coming. The white trains, the food distribution. Think about it. What if they know a war's coming, or they know a major situation is going to develop here, or that we're so vulnerable to an EMP attack? The government has to have food and supplies fresh and ready for military personnel. First and foremost, has to have food and supplies first, and then the rest of us. So what you may be seeing now is some of the better, more name brand stuff being taken off the shelves and put away, stored in strategic location distribution areas for the military in case of an EMP attack, okay, or an asteroid deep impact, or a pandemic, or something else, okay? And then the white trains will be shipping the more commodity type generic food, will be shipped by white train cars into the different major cities of America to help in food distribution to the populace, which will not be the main brand stuff, but will be the generic brands coming on these white trains. So this is all stuff that we have talked about in the past. But I'm bringing this up right now because it is from a government insider. Now, listen, there's also more information I received from a government insider. It's not to do with this food distribution or the closing down of these major supermarkets. Again, I'm going to read this again for those of you who just arrived. This information came from one of our government insiders. It says, I want to share some important news with you. We just wrapped up a meeting where we received some intriguing updates. Now, this was on Friday, October 10th was the meeting. It seems that several grocery stores will be closing their doors for a full 24 hours. During this time, the military will step in to manage and take stock of essential supplies and everything from food to toiletries and cleaning products. The stores affected by this include popular names like Aldi, Costco, Trader Joe, Winn-Dixie, and Walmart. Interestingly, we also learned that these supplies will be transported to designated locations for distribution later on. But the exact timeline and locations is top secret. Local sheriffs have been notified and will be on hand to ensure security and manage any crowd control during this period. Stay tuned for more details as I learn them. And this is from one of the government insiders. So when is this going to happen? This was supposed to take place in a 2-week period or so. This meeting was October 10th. Today's October 21st. So obviously, any time, and I would say probably any time within a week, this event is going to happen. Don't know where, which stores. It won't be all of the stores, but if it happens in your area, if you see it happening in Houston, if you see it happening in Chicago, if you see it happening in St. Louis, if you see it in San Diego, if you see it in Orlando, if you see it in New York City specifically, Los Angeles, okay? If you see it in Seattle and Denver, think about this, or Louisville, we need to know. If you see this happening around one of these 5 supermarket chains, if you just you see a location where like, whoa, there's no cars in the parking lot today. It's a Tuesday, or it's a Saturday, or I doubt it's Saturday, but let's say it's probably a Tuesday or something, and there's nobody shopping at Costco today, and I see a bunch of cars out there. I see different police cars, and I saw a couple big trucks. I didn't know what they were, and it's closed for a whole day. And I pulled in, and the police said, "Sorry, it's closed today. Something strange. Take pictures. Get pictures. I want to know where these locations are happening." Okay. Now, also this morning, I just did a Patreon, one of the most important Patreons I've ever done, because of a situation that has happened just off the coast of Louisiana and in the Gulf of America. And this is very, very, very important. I can't share any more about that here. I had to put all of that on Patreon. I felt I could put this one up here for you on this, but I did a Patreon, very important information. Couldn't share it here, so I just posted it. It's on my Patreon channel. Go look at it. It is called Blind Horizon. You need to know about this. Again, strange things are happening, guys, big time in the security world, okay? Very, very strange things. It's not a Hemingway novel. I've got some more information also on the 10 most unlike airlines in the world. I can tell you, this report is pretty well dead on. I've traveled a lot in the last 30 years, and there's some bad info. Airlines.
Flying high above the water.
Stock up on your food,
Child
folks.
Fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy.
I see a soldier crying on a train, falling asleep, reading Hemingway.
And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris.
I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. I've been to Ernest Hemingway's home down there in Key West, Florida. Pretty amazing.
I feel the deepness of his weakness. I can
Taste the brandy sweetness
at a roadside
Idaho cafe.
I can hear old Teddy laughing.
Fitzgerald's toes a-tapping to the roaring sounds of yesterday.
Falling asleep,
Reading Hemingway.
and the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long. As I dream
A
with
weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn.
I walk the lonely streets of Paris.
I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. Is it because of Planet X? That's another good reason. Or Atlas 3I.
And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long. As I dream with weary wonder,
Leaving Earth before the dawn.
I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And a shotgun blast echoed across the page, falling asleep, reading Hemingway.
All right. Let me just tell you about the world's 10 most disliked airlines have been revealed. Number 1, American Airlines, and I will raise my hand on this one. It's close between American Airlines and United, and trust me, I've been flying. I used to travel all over the world, really. Back in the 1990s, starting in 1994. For sales. And then I've been traveling in the last 20 years or so, a lot for preaching the gospel. Okay, so basically for the last 20 or for the last 30 years, I've traveled a lot. I've flown on a lot of airplanes, and I can tell you, I pretty well know who are the good ones and who are the bad ones. And I can tell you, American Airlines ranks the worst according to this latest report. With only a 2.9 rating. Terrible scores. Budget Airlines and Frontier are coming in second, third, and United. Like I told you, I would vote United Airlines the worst. I don't even want to fly Frontier, but United Airlines and Frontier are second and third, according to this report. This is this is a lot of 100,000 passengers. British Airways came in fourth because they're always losing people's luggage. The complaints are very high. And Air France, and you can ask Israel Hall about Air France. He'll tell you. They lost his luggage for 3 weeks and sent it to a NATO officer in Ohio. The only reason Israel got his luggage back is because he put an air tag in it and he followed it online and kept calling, saying, look, I know right where it's at. I can tell you exactly where it's at. Go send somebody. And Air France just kept telling me, okay, we'll get it. And then they never would. He got it because he tracked that thing. But anyway, yes. So it's American Airlines is the worst. Frontier and United Airlines are tied for second, third. British Airlines comes in fourth because they lose more luggage than anybody. Also, they had 11 safety incidences that were very, very, very dangerous. Also, which ones were the best? People want to know what was the best? As I expected, Delta, number one. And I've known this. And this is why after I've traveled so much, I've said, if I can get on a Delta, I'm flying it. Southwest does pretty well. So I usually fly Southwest and Delta, whichever I can get a little bit better price. If I'm going to go across the country, if I'm going to go to California or Washington State or somewhere across the West, I'll fly Delta. If it's somewhere local here, I'll try my best to get on either Delta or Southwest, whoever's cheaper. There is definitely cheaper flights if you want to fly, Frontier or Spirit or something. But be careful. You'll always you'll deal with it. But really, it comes down to United Airlines and American Airlines are just bad. Okay, you'll get a bad experience on all of them at some time or another. And sometimes, if you don't fly much, and you just happen to pick a time when you're going, and it's just a horrible experience because of delays or weather or maintenance issues, that could happen. If you don't fly much, you just have one bad experience. Say, that's it, I'll never fly them again. Well, if you don't hardly ever fly, you can't go by a one-time wonder moment. But if you've flown a lot and you've been on all of them, you will figure out the ones that are bad. But I will tell you the scariest, and again, I put Delta number one as my favorite airline to fly on. But the scariest flight ever was on a Delta flight. And that's when Heidi and I left. We left Indianapolis, Indiana, and we were headed to Orlando. And on the way, the left engine caught on fire on a Delta flight. And so we had to make an emergency, and I mean emergency landing in Atlanta with one engine burning. And thank God, the thing didn't blow. But that was the only time we had a serious issue like that. We had to make emergency landing. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there for you. Now you feel like flying, don't you? Well, then get on Amtrak, and you'll find out. I've taken enough Amtrak trains from Indiana to Seattle. When my oldest son Brock used to live in Seattle, in the Army, I took several times. I just decided to take the train instead of flying, and I would just take the train when I just wanted to mellow out. And back then, your cell phones didn't work on a train. Now they would. So I would not want to even be bothered by. I was working, and I would just say, I'm taking a vacation, and I don't want you guys calling me. I just get on Amtrak, okay? And then I would take 55 hours to get from Chicago to Seattle, and that was, 2 days of just kind of peace and quiet. Even though you're in a recliner, it's not the most luxurious. I won't do that now. I'm just too old for that. But back in the day, me and Heidi would do that. But I can say that, and I've taken the Amtrak train from Chicago to San Francisco. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Both rides with the glass car, with the scene car. You got the nice meals on there. I mean, it's an experience. 55 hours on a train is a little too long, but it's a good experience to do because you get to see the Rocky Mountains. If you take it from Chicago to San Francisco, you will see the most glorious trip through the Rocky Mountains. If you take it to Seattle, you'll see the beautiful glaciers up there, okay? And the Cascade Mountains. Beautiful, beautiful. Through Montana, the whole 9 yards. Okay, it's beautiful. But anyway, having said all that, how about this? I just soon sit right where I'm at and work and talk to you about the coming of Jesus Christ, because certainly he's coming soon. And guys, this webinar, let me say it again, it's incredible. Today, I'm actually going to be going over to the studio. I'll be get with Israel Hall, and we're going to be interviewing John, the AI guy. And we're going to be getting information from him about the digital ID that's coming. How fast is it coming to America? Because we already know it's hitting Vietnam and the Philippines, and it's already starting the implementation process in Europe. When's it going to hit America? Well, it's going to hit America ASAP, and I'm going to try to find out exactly when we're going to be and what does it mean that you have to have a digital ID. I know it has to do with facial recognition and the irises of your eye and your fingerprints, but it also is going to require some type of DNA. And then you will get your official digital ID. But here's the question. But when is it going to be that without it, you can't buy or sell? You can't go into a store and order anything online. You can't do anything. Can't even get admittance in a hospital or emergency room or any medical support. When is this all going to happen? It's happening fast. Oh, it's going to happen, guys. Like I'm going to get exact dates for you because John, the AI guy, he works, has done many projects for Elon Musk. He has flown in the airplane with Elon Musk to Africa. He has done an unbelievable amount of work with the top tech people. He was at the White House in January with the big tech summit. He was there, spent 4 days there. Trust me, he knows it all. And he's a good friend of mine. And of course, I'll never reveal his name, but we are going to get to hear some information about this. So I want you to be ready. I want you to be prepared. Whatever you do. And Brandon Biggs, his special prophecy will blow your mind. And then Mike from the World is going to drop some incredible information on you that he's never shared before. So what I'm saying, and then Dr. Lester Sumrall, we're going back into his prophecies in the 1980s that is so on the money. And so are Russ Dizdar's revelations and Rabbi Kurt Schneider and Dr. Joy Pugh and Bart Begley's documentary and Pastor Miles Rutherford and more. I mean, I got more in for him. It's just unbelievable. So this is very important. It's very important, guys, that you find out what's going on right now, okay? So this is huge information I just shared with you. If you just got here, you need to go back and rewatch it because this has to do about the shutting down of 5 major supermarkets. Going to happen very soon, and we're certainly in the last days here. Matter of fact, speaking of Israel Hall, he's calling me, so I got to take his call. So, guys, I'll be back in just a moment. And Izzy, I'm going to talk to you. Hang on the line. Guys, I'll be right back with more on the coming apocalypse. Are you serious? And keep an eye on the Middle East because the beast is about to rise.